Hello you and welcome from a windy sunny England. Before we get the cards, I want you to take a deep breath with me and breathe it out, because I have a feeling this is going to be something intense. We might need to have a little bit of pep talk. Okay, let me see. I have no idea. That's all I kind of picked up before properly tuning into the energy. But yeah, there's something like I've got knot in my stomach. There's some kind of nervousness going on in here. Somebody, I feel like, yeah, the Two of Pentacles kind of energy. Somebody is really weighing something here. But yeah, let's see what happens. Page of Cups on the bottom. But okay, let me just, Page of Pentacles, which I feel speaks about some readiness. Three of Cups jumped out. Eight of Pentacles. And the Moon. And the Three of Cups, I'm gonna take it as reverse. That's what they're telling me, because, you know, it turned over on my table as it was flying out. So I feel this is significant. So with Page of Pentacles as well, Eight of Pentacles and the Moon. I feel with this one, like, you know, you do, with the energy of the Page, you, and obviously he's like kind of standing on that one leg. So I feel this is you kind of picking yourself up after something here. Like, you know, with this Moon, it's very possible that you've learned some kind of truth. The Three of Cups in reverse. I feel like some of you here got either done dirty by like a friend or somebody that you've trusted. And it feels like, yeah, it feels like with this, you know, you've uncovered some kind of a truth. Turned out that you lived on the illusion that everything that you knew about them wasn't true, that you kind of created the picture. Yeah, you've created, that's creative energy as well with the Eight of Pentacles. So you've created all of this in your imagination. I'm gonna get more cards, but I have a feeling that, you know, it can go both ways. Like, you know, it can be for some of you, it can be friendship. For other part of you, it could be something to do with a romantic interest. Like, you know, someone here, like, you know, with this Three of Cups in reverse, it feels like they didn't kind of embrace you. They didn't like really appreciated you. They left you out in the cold. Like, you know, I'm feeling energy of the Five of Pentacles. But with this Moon, I feel like, you know, you've stopped living under that illusion. Yeah, with the Page of Pentacles, even though you are still new to this, to like kind of the trust in yourself that comes through with that. But I feel like, you know, you've learned to trust yourself a lot more than you did before. And yeah, Three of Cups in reverse can also refer to you stop listening to the outside voices, to stop listening to what people's got to say about your life and about your journey. So there we go, there's that pep talk that we've been talking about. Yeah, with this Moon, you've been hiding, you know, you've been pretending maybe that you don't want something, but deep inside of yourself you do. And with this Page of Pentacles, I feel that's when this awareness comes through with like, yes, I know what I want and I know how I need to get it. And also with the Eight of Pentacles, like, you know, it might need some work on your part, and you might be aware of it. There's a Five of Cups on the bottom. I feel with this, like, you might be, oh, and Seven of Swords, just, yeah. There's some kind of a regret in here that, you know, with the Seven of Swords, either to do with, I feel like it might refer to, yeah, coming back to what we were just saying about you not being true to yourself, and like, you know, you put you in a very sad energy. You had to, oh my God, there's like, oh my God, I see somebody like really upset and sad and crying over spilled milk. But also with the Seven of Swords behind it, I feel that, you know, whatever you're crying about, or whatever you're so sad about, or we're so sad about, is not what it seems. Like, you know, with this Moon as well, it feels like maybe in some way, I don't want to say exaggerated, but maybe you just made up something in your head as well, coming back to this creativity. You might be very creative, you know, you might have a very good imagination. And but, you know, Page of Pentacles and Ace of Swords coming out as well with the Nine of Pentacles. But this energy asks you to be grounded and have a proper reality check about what's real. You know, you don't want to live in confusion, in illusion, in imagination. You want to live now. Like, you know, you want to live with a tangible tangible facts. You want to kind of be able to experience your reality properly. Like, you know, you're sick and tired of, yeah, that's why this Five of Cups is all. You're sick and tired to the bone of just living in that fantasy land. Because, yeah, in that fantasy land, things are great, you know, you are very happy there. Don't get me wrong, you know. But, you know, in order to be fully satisfied in this reality, you know, you have to learn to clear your path and learn to let go of things and people that are hurting you, that are not good for you, so you can welcome the right energy into your life. Because, you know, when you're holding on and when you're like kind of, you know, crying over what was, you know, when you there's so much energy that you're using on keeping yourself stuck. Where if you kind of, with this Page of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords, but if you remind yourself that you are in control and you decide what's happening in your life. Yeah, so with this Ace of Swords, I feel this is you receiving this clarity finally about what's real, what's not, what you want to put your energy into and what you don't. Two of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. And Strength. So yeah, with this Two of Swords, you might be avoiding something in here right now. And like with this Knight of Pentacles, you might have been avoiding facing the necessary truth about something, about someone, about some kind of situation. You kept that blindfold on for way too long. You know, you keep walking your path literally with the fucking blindfold on. And that's not the way to fucking walk. You need to open your eyes to see the truth. With the Queen of Swords and the Strength as well in here. So this always, in Queen of Swords, is an energy of cutting to the chase, like, you know, expressing ourselves with full integrity and honesty. And also that Strength in here, you know, you're gonna need some courage for that, of course. So maybe it is costing you a little bit of energy and courage, because you might be a person that likes to hide a lot with this moon. You don't like to deal with difficulties, but, you know, fucking hell, like, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't get a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, you're not really living. Life is fucking uncomfortable. Get over this. and it's just a way of like needing to learn as well. You're looking at this Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, needing to learn that everything that comes across in your life, every person that we meet has a purpose, has a meaning. Some people come to love you, some people come to wake you up. And especially the most difficult ones. They come into your life to reflect where you still need healing, where you still have low boundaries. Sometimes we fucking hate, you know, on this fucking narcissists and these horrible people, but they are in this world for a reason, you know, and also they are reflection. Because something that, you know, I'm kind of coming to understanding as well, because I used to be that person who, you know, would point my fingers and at everybody to be toxic. Where in fact, I was a toxic one too. You know, I had some toxic attachments and patterns that I was going over. I wasn't 100% fair. I wasn't 100%, you know, all right with myself. And also, I used to call a lot of people on being avoidant. Turns out I'm a fucking avoidant myself. That's why I keep attracting avoidant people into my life, because I am not really ready for commitment myself. I am not really ready to open myself up. You know, it's been a long journey for me to attain my freedom that I have today. And situation and relationships I put myself in. Nobody put me in there. That was my choice. I made that choice. Thinking that, and in that moment, it was also thinking about myself. Like, you know, oh, because I want something from this for myself. I want the comfort. I want, you know, somebody to go out with. I want somebody to watch films with, you know, that kind of thing. Even when deep inside of myself, maybe I didn't feel 100% aligned with the person. So, you know, sometimes we are being, you know, blind, like, yeah, with this Two of Swords. We are being blind to our own fucking bullshit, you know, because the first step to change is to be aware of that bullshit of your own. And like I said, you know, we can try and blame all the people that are coming into our lives, and we can try and tell that they traumatized us and things like that. But in fact, you know, we've attracted them into our reality for a reason, because they were a reflection of who we were at that time, or how we were thinking about ourselves. If you've got a very low self-esteem, if you're not loving yourself properly, if you keep telling yourself that, you know, oh, I'm no good and I can't have good things, then you're attracting bullshit, because you open that kind of channel for negativity, because you told yourself that you don't deserve good. It all comes and starts with you. The moment you kind of reevaluate your life, the moment you open that fucking eyes and realize who has been holding you back all this time, you'll realize it was you. Because you, at any given point in life, you have the power. But it's uncomfortable, because, you know, you're going to be faced with manipulation. You're going to be faced with judgment from other people if you make something that makes them uncomfortable. But that's their own projections. That's their own problem. You know, you have to keep your ground strong. You have to stand strong in your own energy and in your own values and what is true to you. You know, and like with the strength and with the Leo's energy, Lion's energy, you know, don't tame yourself down to fit in any box, and stop like kind of avoiding that necessary truth. Fuck, told you we're gonna have a bit of a pep talk. Yeah, 5 of Swords, because it's causing you fucking troubles. You're not very happy about it, but you have a potential here with the Ten of Cups to have it all. Yeah, Hierophant, 9 of Wands. So yeah, turn into the higher power and tune into your, like, this true essence, this true energy. With this 9 of Wands, reminded that yes, you do carry a lot of baggage. Yes, you put up high fences, defenses, you know, and it feels like, you know, you don't want any more lessons, like, you know, with this Hierophant. But life is nothing but a lesson. We never stop learning. We continue learning. We continue growing. We continue changing, you know. And I'm not sure if that's the right thing, but I think in every 7 years, like, our bodies renews every cell. So like, we literally like a new person every so many years. So with that as well, take the lessons, turn them into your power, because everything can be turned into your power. And especially, like, you know, the more difficult your path was, the moment you make it clear to yourself as well with the strength that yes, I am strong enough, I can get through this, you know, start reprogramming your thinking in that sense as well. It all starts there. It all starts in that head. You know, it takes time. It takes time to develop. It takes time to get to the ultimate result, but it all starts with the way you talk to yourself. At first, it might be strange because your brain isn't wired that way, and then you're not used to saying good things about yourself. So for the first 2-3 weeks, you're going to have to do it deliberately every day. Every time a negative thought pops into your head, turn it into a good one. Example, like, I used to, like, you know, body shame myself a lot. And, like, you know, and I mean, I still got tiny little ounce of insecurity about my stomach area. And I always probably will. But now I kind of turn it into the other way. Instead of, like, kind of saying to myself, oh my God, you're so fat. Oh, you stop doing this to yourself. Or stop eating, or stop whatever. But now I'm kind of, you know, a little bit more into a sense of like, okay, it's not always just what I eat. It's also all the stress that I'm inducing onto myself. So, and also I'm starting to accept my body the way it is. It's my body. It's a different from, I'm not going to have a flat stomach. I'm not going to look like a fucking supermodel. But I love my body. I love myself. So, and it started with gradually and slowly, like, you know, every day changing that narrative in my head. First, might have been, oh my God, you are. But then, I mean, it still happens, and I still have to rewrite that all the time. So it is a constant work, but eventually you're going to come out of this pity hole and this victimhood when you kind of start thinking differently. It has to start here. It has to start in your head. Right, I'm just going to shuffle one more time, and I'm going to grab 2 because yeah, I've had 3 more decks ready for this message. Emperor is coming out. Like, yeah, you've got the power. You've got the power to change anything that you want. You have the power in here. And also looking at this crow on his shoulder screaming in there. So I feel this refers to a lot of people in your life that you're listening to and you need to stop. Because, you know what you want, you know what you need to do, and you know you've got yourself. And also, like, this alpha energy comes through again. So, you know, you are... Like, same when it comes to all these worries, like, you know, so it feels like, yeah, you are doing this to yourself in a big way. Like, you know, you creating a lot of that chaos in your head, and a lot of things very often, yeah. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. So this is your poverty mindset, like, you know, mentality. And with the Seven of Swords, this is the imposter card. You playing, you're hiding in the shadows, you know, you're sneaking around, but it feels like, you know, you are running away from yourself in here, where in fact, you know, like with on this card, the key is right there and you can open that fucking door. But it starts with ripping the blindfold off. Let me just check quickly what's on the bottom. Yeah, this Ten of Swords, like, you know, you are overwhelmed a little bit with your own thinking, like, you know, with this negativity a little bit. And with this Two of Pentacles, so what choice are you going to make? Are you going to finally drop this heavy bag and you're going to tune into your higher self, tune into your light, you know? And also, what they're telling me is, for a lot of you, it's very important what you feed yourself on a daily basis, but not just in the terms of food. I was going to say it's more in the sense of like what you're watching, what you're listening to. It's very important because, you know, it programs your brain. And also in terms of like, you know, always watch how you feel when you're watching things. If something is making you, you know, in any way kind of feeling strange, you know, abort mission, you change it for something different. And also for a lot of you, if you've been maybe, you know, binge watching too much or been stuck to a telly for too long, this is like your confirmation to fucking turn it off. Put some meditation music on, you know, just change the frequency around yourself, sage the fucking house, you know, it's you that got this power and control to direct your life how you want. Let me just get, I don't know why, I just want to pick up the my Mystic Black Rose deck. It was just looking at me when I walked into the room today. So I want to see if there's anything from this deck quickly. I might get some Archangel Michael and maybe some runes card, which I haven't used, I think, ever on my videos yet. Oh my god, so many cards is coming up. Oh my god, stop it. You're gonna make it difficult for me. Let me just pause it and tune into this. Right, now that got fucking interesting. In a big part, like, you know, there's a picture, this party, and so I feel this refers to you, you know, going out and doing something fun and, you know, making new memories so you stop stewing over the old shit. We had the passion, addiction, and mirror as well, which I feel this might refer to, you know, sometimes we are addicted to our own suffering. That's what I'm kind of feeling with this. And, you know, you might be stuck a little bit inside of your own head, and you might be, like I said, literally addicted to that because you just don't know anything else. So that's why, you know, coming back to the beginning of this message, you need to, like, end up this party and this picture, making new memories. So I feel in order for yourself to break out of this, you have to start doing something differently. Like, you know, you have to start doing something that you didn't do before. Like, you know, just stop having this lonely evenings by yourself and, you know, watching shit and making yourself upset. Yeah, terms, healthy choices, self-indulgence in here. So it's time for you to kind of time to heal. I looked one of the first lines, self-love and self-respect, working out. So I feel this refers to you kind of, you know, making some clear terms to yourself about what no longer you're going to be doing to yourself. Like, you know, if it's about overindulgence in like substances, or maybe like, you know, social media, or like I said, this watching too much Netflix, you know, you can get too much of this, and then our brain just switches off, and you know, and you feel like you are stuck in this route and you have nothing going on for yourself. So I feel this speaks of that, of you needing to kind of change something and, you know, make some clear terms for yourself. This is where something gets here really interesting, because I have a mask, seduction, death and soulmates, and ship. So instantly what kind of made me feel with that one, that, you know, there is somebody here with this mask in your life that, you know, is hiding their true feelings for you, and they are your actual soulmate. And also with this death card, so I feel there has been some sort of ending in here. Maybe it wasn't an actual, because having seduction as well, so it might not have been an actual, you know, relationship. There might be like kind of just attraction, kind of teasing, temptation. And there's also this third party, so like, you know, this might refer to somebody with whom you couldn't really develop into anything serious, because there was still some kind of third party influence, or still kind of, you know, some kind of third party ties. But with the ship, and one of the first things I want to say ties, and it says cutting ties. So I feel like this refers to that soulmate of yours, or that person, you know, under this mask, that is cutting ties with that energy. And it says receive what you need, progressing and arriving. So I feel some of you might have some kind of what's the word for it? Return of someone. But I feel like, you know, for a lot of you, you might have not a slightest clue who that person could be. This is interesting. Right, let me just get some of this, the Elder Runes. It's a very small deck, but I kind of, yeah, I just feel like I want to see if anything comes out and relates to this message. Whether we've got anything from Odin on that one. No. Oh. Abundance, luck, hope, prosperity, wealth, fortune. So this is your confirmation that, you know, you're going to be you're going to be coming out of this nonsense era, I want to say, and things are going to be getting a lot better for you. Then we've got the Lagus card. I'm still getting to know the runes. Water, intuition, imagination, healing, dreams, mysteries, insight, instinct, knowing. So I feel with this one, like, you know, a lot of you guys, your instinct, like, you know, your intuition is truly waking up. And there's something about, like, you know, that's why this, with this Five of Swords, that's why it might be causing you a little bit of distress, because, you know, your intuition is telling you one thing and your logic is telling you the other. And you might be kind of in this push-pull, and this Two of Pentacles, like, you know, you are torn inside of yourself. But yeah, tune into this intuition, like, you know, tune into this intuition, because you've got a very strong one. Then I just picked this one up, which says year, conclusion, harvest, life cycle, endings and beginnings, abundance, learnings, growth. So with this year, it might be something like, you know, that this last year might have been very significant for you in terms of personal healing, awakening, to this intuition of yours. So I feel like you might be still a little bit spooked out yourself by your own intuition, by your own gifts, and you're still kind of learning how to handle them, and you maybe not yet fully trusting yourself, but that is about to change. Right, let me just get you one final card from Archangel Michael for this one, because I feel like he wants to come through as well. Let me see if there's anything else for that. There is. Let go of fear now. So yeah, there's nothing to be fucking afraid of, and I just put it right next to a strength card. Nothing to be afraid of. It's a go time. You know, I feel like you're saying as well, you know, you suffered long enough, you kept yourself locked away for long enough. You know, you need to start doing something different. Yeah, you and your loved ones are safe. Like, you know, you are safe, you are protected. There's nothing for you to be afraid of in this new venture. Okay, I've got a few. Have confidence. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation, and I feel this is about you staying in this fucking pity hole. Get out of there. Sense of humor, like, you know, just do something fun for yourself. Like, you know, coming back to, you know, you need to get out and you need to lay your hair down, and, you know, you need to have some fucking fun. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. So yeah, coming back to this mind and coming back to this thinking, like, you know, and this intuition of yours as well. So if you've got this voice inside of yourself telling you, oh, I am meant for more, you know, I know there's something good coming in my life, just keep having this sort of dialogues with yourself, instead of like, oh no, nothing's good gonna happen, I'm good for no one, I'm good for nothing, I'm no good. Shut up. Just shut up. Sorry, I told you it's gonna be a pep talk. Shut up, because, you know, you are great and you need to start to realize it yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. Nobody else can come and open your eyes. This is your job. No matter how many times somebody's going to tell you, but you have to remind that to yourself, and you have to start saying different things to yourself, because that's where it all begins. Right, okay, I'm going to leave you with that because that's a very long message. I might do another reading in a minute. I feel like doing like a little love reading. I don't know why, because it's July. Love you.